Well, fans there you saw it. Jeff G. Bailey's insurance policy kind of backfired on him, and Jeff Lewis went march into excessive force against Chad Parham.
Now, fans, let's take a look at that match from excessive force. The champion, Chad Parham, and the #1 contender, Jeff Lewis.
Collar and elbow tie-up. The two men physically rather evenly matched. I would perhaps give the strength advantage to the feature presentation. The speed and agility I would give to the defending heavyweight champion, Chad Parham.
Well, all speed and agility means you can outrun and out-jump your opponent, which means you can run and hide a whole lot easier, and there's not going to be any running and hiding from Jeff Lewis. Okay, Chad Parham, I'll give him credit. He's taken on the best competition in the world in defending that NWA Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. But how much longer could he have ducked Jeff Lewis? Jeff Lewis, two-time world television champion. This man right here is going to be the successor to that Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. Chad Parham, a flash in the pan.
Chad Parham ended the near 8-month reign of the one-man mafia, Mikael Aryan. He has beaten the likes of Fast Eddie, Milano Collection AT, and the Italian monster Tony Mamaluke, just to name a few. But his...
You know what? And one thing. Sure, he was the first man to pin Mikael Aryan in NWA Anarchy.
Certainly was.
Do you think any of that means spit to Jeff Lewis here tonight? Jeff Lewis is such a high-caliber athlete. This man was the world television champion, not one. He held it for the better part of 8 of the last 12 months. And need I remind you, for the better part of 2005, Jeff Lewis dominated the rings here in NWA Anarchy.
Jeff Lewis finds himself in a position that he is not terribly accustomed to. Over the past year, that is the role of the challenger. As you mentioned, he spent most of 2005 and a good portion of 2006 as a champion. Right now, he would like to be there again. The brakes put on by the champion, Chad Parham. Jeff Lewis seems to be getting a little frustrated. If Parham can get in the head of the feature presentation, then Jeff Lewis could become his own worst enemy here tonight.
Well, there's not a lot of room in Jeff Lewis's head because the man has a big brain. However, if you got into the head of Chad Parham, you'd probably get lost because there's a lot of empty space there, and it's like a maze to a mountain.
Right now, Jeff Lewis, wrist lock applied to Chad Parham. Chad Parham, perhaps one of the most underrated ring technicians anywhere in the sport of professional wrestling. I call him the most unorthodox technical wrestler that I have ever seen. And that is something that Jeff Lewis will have to be prepared for. The technical expertise of Chad Parham on top of the daredevil antics. Although Chad Parham, well documented, loves to take risks. That is something that could hinder him in this contest. Jeff Lewis has made a name for himself here at NWA Anarchy against high flyers, against people faster, more agile, and capitalizing on their mistakes.
Well, exactly right. Jeff Lewis always stays 1 or 2 steps ahead of his opponent. As you see right there, I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not going to take away from Chad Parham. The guy, they call him technical perfection. And I will give you credit. The guy is a great technical wrestler. But it's going to be perfectly technical when he loses that Anarchy Heavyweight Championship to Jeff Lewis, because Jeff Lewis is going to prove that he's the better wrestler. You don't always have to be technical. You just got to be able to outsmart your opponent. And outsmarting Chad Parham isn't too hard either.
Chad Parham right now in control, attacking the arm of the feature presentation. Lewis with a handful of hair, drives to the other side, and drills in with that back elbow.
Chad Parham has been involved in some technical classics since winning that Anarchy Heavyweight Championship. But let's not forget that he enjoys it.
Oh, wait a minute, roll up, 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Dark drag, and the champion again in control.
He enjoys those matches against guys that are very different than Jeff Lewis. Tony Mamaluke is a man much smaller than Jeff Lewis, quick like Chad Parham. However, everybody he's faced does not have the ability that Jeff Lewis. And like I said, Jeff Lewis is a can't lose. I mean, I'm betting on it. That's always a can't lose. Always pick him.
You also picked George Mason. They lost.
here nor there. Let's get back to the match here.
And now forearm blows. He elevates Lewis up and over. Lewis catches himself, showing some agility in his own right. And now, looking to suplex Chad Parham to the arena floor. Suplex blocked. And again, the two men go back and forth, and he just drops the feature presentation straight south, face first, onto the ring apron, and Chad Parham is climbing the ropes.
And this right there, a big risk, and face first, right into the guardrail. I know Chad Parham has had some neck injuries in the past, and luckily did not catch his neck against that guardrail. At least it looked like it from our vantage point. But it looks like he may have went face first into it, which could really do some damage here and put the favor in the match of Jeff Lewis.
Jeff Lewis with the knife-edge chop, capitalizing on the mistake made by the Anarchy heavyweight champion. Chad Parham now being hauled up and driven back into the guard railing by the challenger. Lewis breaking the count.
Very smart, because like we said, the title cannot change hands on a count-out or a disqualification. Now, Jeff Lewis is in every right of the rules to do what he's doing here right now. Because number one, he has the 10 count outside the ring, and number two, he has a 5 count to break anything illegal.
The only thing he's trying to break at the moment would be the ribs of the heavyweight champion, Chad Parham, sending him into the guard railing.
Doesn't matter, he doesn't need him anyway.
And now sending Parham back into the ring. Jeff Lewis going after the Anarchy heavyweight champion. He cannot let himself get angry. He knows that you can make mistakes when you are mad. He's taken advantage of enough of them. Good drop kick from Chad Parham.
And right now, both men are down. Both men feeling the effects of the early goings-on in this match. The first one to get to his feet is going to have the definite advantage, Greg Hunter. And right now, it doesn't look like Chad Parham is in any condition to get up to his feet first.
Chad Parham rolling to his knees. Jeff Lewis already there. Lewis on his feet. Chad Parham now making his way back to the vertical base. European uppercut staggers the feature presentation. Elbow, and Lewis is punch drunk. Knife edge chop. And Jeff Lewis looks like he just woke up. And now these two are trading back and forth. Right in the center of the ring. Parham, double chop. Down goes Lewis. Lewis sent to the far side. Reversal. Parham off. Big clothesline. The challenger goes down. Parham sends Lewis to the near side. Big back body drop.
And right now, Chad Parham has gotten his second win, and that's the one thing about him. I mean, I've never discounted this man's ability to come back from a beating, and Chad Parham is doing that right now. But another thing he's doing is he just slowed down. He needs to stay on Jeff Lewis full bore, 100 miles per hour, if he's going to walk out of here the Anarchy heavyweight champion.
Fireman's carry position. Airplane spin from Chad Parham. Jeff Lewis disoriented, down he goes. Chad Parham sets up, looks for the senton and comes down across the knees of the feature presentation.
Too much time wasted, Greg Hunter. That's what Chad Parham did. Playing to this crowd. These unwashed idiots are not what got you that Anarchy heavyweight championship. It's your wrestling ability. He should have got in that ring. He should have went right for the kill, and right now he's finding himself killed in the middle.
Jeff Lewis with that version of the powerbomb. 2, and only a 2 count as Jeff Lewis continues to let himself get frustrated by the Anarchy heavyweight champion.
It's not himself getting frustrated, it's his referee frustrating him. I mean, this referee's count has been inconsistent this whole match.
There's been no such thing.
It has too. Are you calling me an idiot?
No,
Or
but
a
I'll
liar.
agree with you. Jeff Lewis sets up, deep double underhook. Chad Parham trying to fight out of it. He breaks the hands. Reversal. Sets up. Does Lewis. Lewis looking for the final curtain. Parham sends him to the corner. Parham into Gurry. Right in the back of the head. Covered. 2. And only a 2 count again. Chad Parham himself has to be getting frustrated at this point.
Well, Chad Parham, I mean, number one, he can't get too frustrated because the time is on his side. Every advantage he wants is on his side. And right now, Jeff Lewis looking to the referee, trying to get some help up.
Wait a minute. Jeff Lewis just pulled referee Brent Wiley into the path.
No, he stumbled.
He did no such thing. He pulled him into the path of the double stomp. Jeff Lewis, side Russian leg sweep to Chad Parham. Cover, hooks the leg. 2,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 makes 20. And that right there should have been a new Anarchy heavyweight champion.
I hate to say it, but Jeff Lewis, by all rights, should be the new Anarchy heavyweight champion as we speak.
You agree with me?
For a change, yes.
Oh, this is it right here, final curtain.
He's
This
setting
is
him up for the final curtain, just parading him around. Hey, wait, that's Michael Adrian. What's Michael Adrian doing? Oh, Mafia kick from Michael Adrian.
Definitely some revenge.
Well, Senton, Jeff G. Bailey, looks like he absconded with some water from our ring announcer. Wakes up. Brent Wiley, 2, 3. Let's go to Eddie Rich for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen,